Hello friends, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. So, hope you all are doing well and had a great day today with the same enthusiasm. Let's start today's session, and before that, I would like to wish you all a very happy Ashadi Ekadashi, the same time a very happy Muharram as well. So, let's start with today's session, that is MCQs of regular current affairs of 17th July. Before the start of the session, I would like to announce one thing, that is at EduTerrain we have already launched a course, current affairs course. Quizzes only, we'll be providing you with quizzes at 500 rupees for 6 months. So if you want to know more about this course, you can always visit our app and you can download the app from the Google Play Store. So with this, let me start today's session. The first question, it is from the aviation industry, wherein very recently our Union Civil Aviation Minister Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu ji, he has announced a uniform IGST, okay, IGST rate of 5% for all the aircraft and air part engines, effective from 15th July. Okay, and as part of which he said that India wants to transform, or a latest announcement, that is an announcement has been done, as part of which we are trying to bolster India's domestic MRO industry, which is nothing but the maintenance, repair and overhaul industry, wherein we are anticipating that it would reach $4 billion industry by 2030. And with this, we want to transform India into a leading aviation hub. Okay, this is what that has happened a few days back. Now, moving on to our next question. Very recently, one of the following organizations, it has launched the One Scientist, One Product initiative. Now, this is as part of the 100 days, okay, that recent formed government, India government, what it has to say was, in the first 100 days of their rule, they will do something very good, okay, some innovative things. As part of that only, this particular organization in the list, one of these, what it has done is, in 100 days, they are planning to develop 100 varieties of plants, including climate sensitive varieties, okay, or climate resilient varieties, and also 100 days, 100 technologies. And now what is the major agenda? This is to maximize the productivity by assigning each scientist to focus on a specific product rather than duplicity of work, for which they are roping in close to 5,000 plus scientists for this. And this is being done by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and this announcement was made on 16th July 2024, which also happens to be the 96th Foundation and Technology Day of ICAR. So as part of which this announcement was made. Moving on to our next question. Clean Energy Company Renew's chairman and CEO Sumit Sinha has been named co-chair of the Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders. Now, this Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders is the largest CEO-led climate alliance in the world. Now, this is the flagship initiative of one of these following organizations. Okay. Now, this Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders, it is a global community of CEO, that as you can see here, of CEOs, wherein they're all planning to ensure a smooth transition of the world, their respective organizations, okay, into a low carbon and climate resilient world. Okay, and this initiative, this is the flagship initiative of the World Economic Forum. Moving on to our next question. Very recently, one of the acts, the following acts, was amended to strengthen the authority of the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, now this was done majorly which is this amendment actually pertain to transfers, posting of all India service officers, police personnel and judicial appointments. And what is the impact of this? Now, this particular amendment, it will reduce the role of the elected government, whichever the elected government in Jammu and Kashmir, in critical governance matters related to all these appointments. So this now everything would be routed through the uh, it will be routed directly to LG through the Chief Secretary of the Union Territory. That is, they are trying to strengthen the authority of the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, for which the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 has been amended by the Ministry of Home Affairs. As you can see here, 12th July 2024 को ये हुआ था. Moving on to our next question. Where will be the first World Audio Visual and Entertainment Summit to be held in November 2024? Now, this is just a curtain raiser. So don't think that ये दिल्ली में होगा. दिल्ली में तो इनका curtain raiser हुआ था waves का, that is World Audio Visual and Entertainment Summit. Come sail with us. This is the tagline of this, and India is going to host this inaugural World Audio and Visual Entertainment Summit in conjunction with the International Film Festival of India. And this year, for the first time, which they are going to conduct, would be conducted in Goa, and the participating partners are FICCI, Ministry of Information Broadcasting, CIA, NFDC, etc. Okay, this is going to be done in Goa. Moving on to our next question. Which of the following companies has manufactured the 3D printed upright? It is a traditional wooden boat, as you can see in the photograph, in Dubai. Now, earlier, this particular company has also come up with the 3D printed water taxi last year in Dubai. If you have read about that news, definitely you should be able to answer this question. Okay, and this was launched by the Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority, but it was built by the Al Seer Marine Company. So that is to not to boost the water tourism, and as you can see here, it includes Mitsubishi also, which provided the materials for construction of this, and Siemens supervised the programming and calibration of the printer. Otherwise, Al Seer Marine Company is the one which is responsible for manufacturing this 3D printed Abra, which is a traditional wooden boat that has launched its journey a couple of days back. Moving on to our next question. When were the UPI transactions introduced in India? Now, why this question? Because this UPI transactions, the news about that was in news. Why? A study was conducted by Kearney and Amazon Pay in order to understand the number of UPI transactions. So, as part of which, as per the study that they have done, Kearney and Amazon Pay, India's retail digital payments are expected to reach $7 trillion by 2030. And currently, India's retail digital payments totaled $3.6 trillion, which is up significantly from $300 billion in 2017-18 to $3.6 trillion currently. Okay, all this was in the news, and there was close to 134 plus % growth of these transactions that have been happening in India. And if we talk about this, UPI transactions for the first time were introduced in India in April 2016. Okay, moving on to our next question. Okay, yes, which of the following statements are true regarding the recent RBI directive on classifying loan accounts as fraud? See, sometimes it's not because of willful default that is done by the customer who has taken the loan. So, to ensure fair treatment of defaulting borrowers before classifying accounts as fraud, RBI has come up with a slew of measures or directives in this case that include, you have to tell me which of these statements are true. Banks must issue a show cause notice to fraudulent entities with complete details of the fraud. Borrowers must be given a minimum of 21 days to respond to this show cause notice. The directive follows a Supreme Court judgment that banks cannot unilaterally declare an account as fraud without hearing the defaulter. And the lender's fraud risk management policy must be reviewed by the board at least once a year. Now, when we talk about this, all these are true except lender's fraud risk management policy. It should be reviewed by the board at least once in 3 years. Otherwise, rest everything has been directed as part of the RBI directive on classifying loan accounts as fraud. Okay? Yes. So they are also planning for a mandatory risk management framework, as you can see here, for early warning signals and red flagging of accounts to detect any fraudulent activities. And board oversight, as we can see, at least for in every 3 years, a risk management policy must be reviewed. And the principles of natural justice demand that borrowers have the opportunity to explain findings of the forensic audit reports and represent themselves. Now, how it can be done? Through this show cause notice. Okay, moving on to our next question. Where is the Kharchi Puja festival primarily celebrated? Now here, this is a festival of 14 gods. As you can see here, there are 14 gods and prayers would be offered to these 14 gods. And it is a week-long festival wherein lot of traditions and the rituals will be conducted and puja will be held. Okay, and these 14 gods, actually they are considered as the dynasty deities. There are various dynasties that have ruled over the northeastern states, and one of that is the Tripura. Okay, and in Tripura, there are 14 gods related to various dynasties. So all these gods are typically offered prayers, etc., in their respective temples during this Kharchi Puja festival, which generally is celebrated in July or August. And it is in Agartala in this case, or you can say Tripura. Okay. Moving on to our last question for today. Which state government has approved the launch of the IT Saksham Yuva Scheme 2024, aiming to provide jobs to 5,000 youths in the first phase? Here, they are planning to to launch this scheme, which aligns with the Mission 60,000 outlined in the 2024-25 budget of this state, wherein they are planning to employ 60,000 young individuals from economically disadvantaged backgrounds, as part of which only this IT Saksham Yuva Scheme 2024 has been launched, wherein they are planning to provide, at least in the first phase, 5,000 jobs. And under this scheme, graduates or postgraduates from IT backgrounds will undergo specially designed short-term courses lasting a minimum of 3 months. And as part of which they will be receiving 20,000 per month for the first 6 months, which will be increased to 25,000 thereafter. And those not deployed in any job after this training, they will be provided with 10,000 rupees per month as support incentive. And this scheme was launched by Haryana. Okay, and as you can see here, the primary training agencies for this scheme are the Haryana State Electronics Development Corporation Limited, Haryana Knowledge Corporation Limited, and Sri Vishwakarma Skill University. Okay, this is what, see, upon completion, participants will be placed in various departments, boards, corporations, districts, registered societies, private entities, etc., as per the requirement after 3 months of course. Okay, so this is about the IT Saksham Yuva Scheme 2024. So before winding, again, one important announcement, that is, we at EduTerrain, we have already launched a course, current affairs course, quizzes only quizzes for just 500 rupees for a period of 6 months. That is, the validity of the course is 6 months. If you want to know more about the course and various other courses that we are offering at EduTerrain, you can visit the app, which you can download from the Google Play Store. So before winding up, the answer to homework question yesterday, I had asked you who will lead or who led the Indian delegation to the 10th BRICS Parliamentary Forum in St. Petersburg, Russia. which was conducted between 11th to 12th July 2024. It was our Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has led the Indian parliamentary delegation to this 2-day 10th BRICS Parliamentary Forum meeting. Okay, now today's homework question: in which city is Eastern India's first university for physically challenged students being planned? So we'll discuss about this in our tomorrow session. So before that, these are the various links. I'll upload the anyways PDF on the Telegram also, so you can get the links from there to our various social media handles. And this is majorly the app download link, which is where you can download the app and go through the courses. Lot of free content is also already uploaded there. And this is a YouTube link that on which various classes are being done and where you can reach out to me. Thank you very much once again. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. Bye bye.